morning, Malaysia. I am Nur Aimi binti Muhammad Nur. I will update you with the latest news only on UiTM TV. Today's news is on a narcotic investigation officer from Ibu Pejabat Polis Daerah Hulu Terengganu who is allegedly accused for accepting bribes from a suspect who involved in drug abuse. The accused narcotic investigation officer, namely Muhammad Izwan bin Jamaluddin, has been found guilty with not just one accusation but two. Let's hear from our reporter Nurmawati, who is in Kuala Terengganu, to give us more information on this news.
Thank you, Miss Aimi. Good morning. I am Nurmawati, currently reporting live for UiTM TV from the High Court of Kuala Terengganu. I am right now trying to reach the defendant lawyer on the line to get updates on the case. This case has involved Muhammad Izwan bin Jamaluddin, a narcotic investigation officer who has allegedly accused for soliciting and accepting bribes in the form of cash amounting 5,000 ringgit from a suspect known as Shahrul in order to excuse himself from being caught against drug abuse under the Dangerous Drugs Act 1952. However, it does not just end there. The officer again was found guilty for second accusation in accepting bribes and soliciting amounting of 20,000 ringgit cash from the same suspect for the same reason. Therefore, officer has proven guilty against accusations on bribery to protect a drug abuse suspect from being arrested. I have the defendant lawyer itself on the line to get more updates.
My client have been found guilty in case of bribery against accusation amounting 5,000 ringgit and 20,000 ringgit cash from the same suspect in order to safeguard the suspect from being arrested under drugs abuse accusation. Therefore, under Section 17A and 16AB of the Akta Suruhanjaya Pencegahan Rasuah Malaysia 2009, on the first accusation, my client has been sentenced of 3 years imprisonment and fine of 100,000 ringgit. If failed to pay, compulsory to pay back another 24 months of imprisonment. On the second accusation, my client is sentenced of 3 years imprisonment and fine of 25,000 ringgit. If failed to pay, compulsory imprisonment of 12 months. Judge said that both sentences must be made at the same time.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to Professor Dr. Haslinda and all of my fellow classmates. Today, me and my group mates will be presenting on low-profile case. The case that we have chosen is where an officer imprisoned for 6 years after soliciting and receiving bribes in drug cases. Introducing our team members, my name is Nur Izzati Mansur as the first presenter, followed by Nurmawati binti Rosli as the second presenter, and the last presenter would be Nur Aimi binti Muhammad Nur. First and foremost, since this crime involved a police officer, it is known as a white-collar crime. According to Sutherland, a white-collar crime is a crime committed by a person of respectability and high social status in the course of his or her occupation. In fact, according to MACC, Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission, statistics in 2019 states that there's 1,101 persons were arrested for corruption, compared to 894 in 2018. This figure includes public officials, politicians, and civilians arrested for corruption. And as you guys can see, this is one of the news regarding the case that we took from the STAR's website. Before we proceed further to the case, let us know a bit about the accused profile. His name is Muhammad Izwan bin Jamaluddin. He is a Malaysian male and was 35 years old when he committed the crime back in 2018. He holds a position as an investigating officer at the Narcotics Division of the Hulu Terengganu District Police Headquarters. Next, case summary. 4 offences, Inspector Muhammad Izzuan Jamaluddin was convicted of violating Section 17A and Section 16AB of the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission Act 2009 for receiving and soliciting bribes while serving with the Hulu Terengganu Police District Headquarters. The court involved in this case is High Court, which is Kuala Terengganu High Court. Date of sentence is on 13th of August 2019 and judge is Dato' Abdul Wahab Muhammad. Deputy Public Prosecutor Muhammad Fadli Muhammad Zamri prosecuted, while the defendant was represented by Dato' Amirul Rizwan, Dato' Hanif of Hanif & Co. No previous conviction upon defendant and no appeal has been made.
Thank you, Nur Izzati, for what you have shared just now. I am Normawati. Now, I am going to explain the chronology of this case. For your information, this low-profile case does not own a complicated chronology for you to understand about what is going on. On 15th of August 2015, a narcotic investigation officer from Ibu Pejabat Polis Daerah Hulu Terengganu, known as Muhammad Izzuan bin Jamaluddin, have solicited and accepted bribes amounting 20,000 ringgit cash at his home located in Kampung Durian Kasim, Ajil, Kuala Berang, Terengganu. In addition, on 20th of August 2015, Officer Muhammad Izzuan have again solicited and accepted bribes amounting 5,000 ringgit cash at KFC located in front of Pasaraya Sakan, Kuala Berang, Terengganu. Officer have been found guilty against both offences on soliciting and accepting bribe from a drug offence suspect named Sharul bin Shaharuddin. On 18th of August 2019, this case has been brought to the Kuala Terengganu High Court, which he is then to be sentenced with 3 years imprisonment for each offence. Later, we will go through further details on the case judgment specifically. Next, I will be explaining details on the 2 accusations being made. First charge was on August 20, 2015, where Officer Muhammad Izzuan have solicited and accepted bribe of 5,000 ringgit from a suspect of drugs offence in return that he would not arrest the suspect even though he has the responsible to do so, since it is actually punishable under the Dangerous Drugs Act 1952. Moreover, on the second charge, it was on August 15, 2015, which again, Officer Muhammad Izzuan has solicited and accepted bribes from the same suspect amounting 20,000 ringgit cash. The officer's intention in soliciting was clearly to protect the suspect from being charged on the drugs offence or being arrested, since he know that it is non-bailable under the Dangerous Drugs Act 1952. Now, we are going to take a look on the case judgment. The judgment for this case was held on 13th of August 2019 at Kuala Terengganu High Court, which has been judged by Dato' Abdul Wahab Muhammad. This case has fall under Section 17, Subsection A and Section 16, Subsection A, Subsection B, Act 694, Malaysia Anti-Corruption Commission Act 2009. For the first accusation, Judge Dato' Abdul Wahab Muhammad have sentenced Officer Muhammad Izzuan with 3 years imprisonment and fine of 100,000 ringgit. If failed to pay, he is compulsory of payment of equivalent to 24 months imprisonment. However, for the second accusation, Judge have sentenced Officer Muhammad Izzuan with same duration of 3 years imprisonment and fine amounting 25,000 ringgit. If failed to pay, compulsory imprisonment for 12 months. Judge said that both charges shall be run concurrently. As a result, officer has begun his prison term at Penjara Marang on this date onwards. Now, I'm going to pass the floor to the next presenter, Nur Aimi.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name Nur Aimi binti Muhammad Nur. Now I will proceed
with ethical issue, code of ethics in PDRM, and lastly is conclusion. Okay, for ethical issues, it can be defined as a situation where a moral conflict arises and must be addressed. In other words, it is an occasion where a moral standard is questioned. There are two ethical issues in this case. The first one is soliciting and receiving bribes. Act 694, Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission Act 2009. Okay. Under soliciting and receiving bribes have two issues. The first issue is the accused person received bribes amounting 5,000 from the suspect Shahrul bin Shahruddin, which is fall under section 70 subsection A, which is for this section offense of giving or accepting gratification by agent. A person commits an offense if A, being an agent, he corruptly accepts or obtains or agrees to accept or attempts to obtain from any person for himself or for any other person any gratification as an inducement or a reward for doing or forbearing to do, or for having done or forborne to do any act in relation to his principal offense or business, or for showing or forbearing to show favor or disfavor to any person in relation to his principal affairs or business. The second issue is soliciting and receive bribes amounting Rm 20,000 from the suspect Shahrul bin Shahruddin, fall under section 16 subsection A subsection B, which is for this section offense of accepting gratification. Any person who by himself or by or in conjunction with any person A, corruptly solicits or receive or agree to receive for himself or for any other persons or any gratification as an inducement to or a reward for or otherwise on account of. B, any officer of a public body doing or forbearing to do anything in respect of any matter or transaction actual or proposed or likely to take place in which the public body is concerned commits an offence. The second ethical issue is abuse of power. As a policeman, he was supposed to carry out his responsibility as best as he could. He had used his position to drop any charge against suspect, despite knowing that the suspect was involved in drug offense. He also will not proceed with arrest of which the suspect offense is non-bailable offense. Now I proceed with Code of Ethics in PDRM. Under Code of Ethics in PDRM consists of 5 main codes of ethics. The first one is loyal, unwavering loyalty to the king, country, government and team leaders. Number 2, discipline, which is prioritize self-discipline and task at all times with diligence, perseverance and trust. The third one is authoritative, exercise all duties and powers with a firm, courageous, justice and equitable manner. Number 4, mindful and friendly, always provide the service with friendly, fast, accurate and prioritize the right and benefits of the community. The last one is excellent, always determined to improve knowledge and skills, adopt a humble, blessed and happy way of life to maintain excellent work performance, also positive and proactive attitude to create a successful and gentle with current situation. Now, I proceed with the last part, conclusion. As the public servants are entrusted by citizens to provide services towards the whole nation, they are holding such image and reputation that have to be protected as it is related to their public interest. Their salary is also paid through the tax coffer. Therefore, whenever they perform any wrongdoings, they are eligible to be punished with several punishment. Much of society resources are devoted to dealing with or preparing for the possibility of crime. The dominance of concerns about crime also hints at the broader implications that offending has for many different facets of society. After that, the implication towards the society is they have encouragement to make a crime because the public servant or police department don't take the issues as a serious matter in duty. Society does create a self-sustaining process that maintains challenges to the fundamental right of equal treatment before the law. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you so much.
That's all from us. If you have any question regarding this low-profile case, you may ask in our Google Classroom platform. Thank you.